Greetings, I'm Gypsum with Gypsum GTS, and today I'm here to let everybody know we've got a new alpha update for EVERSPACE. That's right, we are now in version 0.0.0.26475. Oh yeah. And guys, I gotta tell you, I'm pretty excited about the very first update here, because it's actually quite a doozy. So this is the new build that you're seeing now, and they do have a couple big fixes here. I'm not going to go over all of them because there's a huge list, so I'm going to just post the update change log right here on the screen so you can see it all, and I'm also going to put a link to their forums, to the change log, in the description below. So first and foremost, they fixed the bloom visual glitch that us guys on AMD cards were having. And if you saw my last video, you could see what looked like a giant polygon over whatever the main light source was. And that was really annoying. And I knew that would get fixed. That was just an alpha thing, and it was reported on their forums. And they said that they knew how to fix it. And lo and behold, they did, and it looks so much better now. I'm really happy about that one. Another big one that they fixed here was the turrets on Terran fighters, and some alien gunships wouldn't shoot. And basically what we had there is you could basically attack the freighters, and the Terran fighters couldn't really do much to you. They would just kind of fly in an arc and not really fire back, so there's almost no consequence at all to take out the freighters. So now that they're fixed, the Terran fighters are actually a challenge now, and that's a good thing. Now, another huge update that I was really happy to see is they added a recenter for the mouse cursor to go back to the middle of the screen after going into the tab, to tab into the menu, or when you jump to a new zone. Before, your mouse would just stay wherever the last position was, and sometimes you'd come basically skidding out of the jump and get all disorientated. And now they jump the mouse to the middle of the screen, and that's a big help, really. And another big quality of life change they made is they changed the color of the enemies from orange to red. So now hostile units are red, and that's going to be a lot easier to see when you're fighting. Before, everything was orange. Items were orange, containers were orange, enemies were orange. The only thing that wasn't orange was the Terran forces. They were green. Unless they got provoked, then they would turn orange as well. So it's good to see red coming up for the enemies. That's going to be a lot easier to see when you're in combat. And they actually changed the color of the items as well. So the actual color of the thing is orange, and it's going to be red if you can't use it. Like you saw when I was trying to pick up some fuel, but couldn't pick up the fuel because I'm already full. So the text was red instead of just having a small X in the corner like they used to have. Another big change they made is previously, if you were trying to jump out of that system, if you got attacked, your timer would go back to 0. So it didn't matter if you were at 10%, 99%, it didn't matter. If you got hit, it'd go back to 0. And now they've changed that so it just cuts back the timer just 0.2 seconds instead of going all the way back to 0. And what that's going to do is going to help you actually evade a situation that you cannot win. A lot of the times I'd be fighting some interceptors, and I knew I had to run. There's no way I could survive the fight, but there was just no way to run. I'd be out of energy, and trying to jump out would be a death sentence, because all they have to do is hit you once and it'd reset the timer. So I think this is the right step. Maybe 0.2 seconds, maybe that's a bit much. Maybe we want to add a little bit more, because I think with 0.2 seconds you might be able to just evade anything. But yeah, that's going to be some more testing. I'm sure we're going to give a lot of feedback there on their forums. And I think the last thing I'm going to point out is that they increased the strafe and hover speed slightly. So that's going to help a lot when we're engaged with the enemy. And they actually nerfed their aim prediction a little bit. As we saw in the first iteration of the alpha, the enemies are deadly, very deadly. They basically don't miss, so they are going to get you. Sometimes the little probes, sometimes they'd miss a little bit, but most of the ships, they were just dead on, and you were in some real trouble. So I think that's going to help balance out a little bit the combat encounters. So I think that's going to be a good change overall. So like I said in the beginning, a lot of big changes, a lot of them people reporting in the forums as some problems, and it looks like they fixed a lot of the things. One of the things that has been reported that they said they're going to look into, it doesn't look like it was fixed on this time, was ore getting stuck inside of asteroids. So you try to mine out some ore, and this one here that we're mining is gas, so that they didn't usually have a problem. But when you're mining ore, sometimes a piece of ore will spawn inside the asteroid or on the other side of the asteroid, and it will make basically the asteroid attack you, which can be comical, but also kind of annoying. So that didn't get fixed yet, so hopefully they're going to be on that with the next update. But that's not a game killer, that's just kind of a funny thing that I'm sure will get updated soon enough. Alright, for you spacers who do have alpha, get on out there, test the new update, and please leave some feedback in the RockFish EVERSPACE forums. I'm sure they'd love to see it. And for those who are interested in getting in on the game, the alpha is closed out now for entry, but if you like what you see, you can still sign up for the beta, and I highly recommend doing that. Alright everybody, thanks for watching, I do appreciate it, and please stand by for more EVERSPACE videos and Elite Dangerous. Alright, I'll see you all in the black. Thanks for watching, and let me know what you thought in the comments. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to see all of my latest videos.